You know. That's the only exception. You know why this man of God trusted me? He didn't know me from Adam, but he knows Jesus and he knew Tony Bailey. And he trusted Tony Bailey. And Tony Bailey said, he needs to come. You know why I came here? 2 reasons. I prayed. Jesus said, come. I didn't know him, but I knew Tony Bailey. He's my friend. And I know he's a man of God. And I know Jesus said come. So we were able to come. And there was an immediate connection and an immediate trust. And it's been from that day to this, it's like we've known one another all our life. I feel at home here. But why? It's because there was relationships developed that was more than just through internet. And now I really get to know you. Why? We've spent time together. But I don't know you like I know my wife. I don't know you like I know my children. I don't know you like I know this young man. You know why? It's time together. There's a trust that's there because we've spent time together. This is not rocket science. And I want to reiterate again, if you walk out of here feeling guilty, you've not heard this message. This message is not for you to walk out of here feeling shame and guilt because of what you haven't done. This teaching tonight is to, I hope, impart into you a fresh passion to want to know Jesus so much that you're going to clear your schedule, you're going to clear your clutter, you're going to do whatever you got to do to make sure that there is time alone with Jesus every day. I'm going to get in that closet. I'm going to take my Bible. I'm going to take a notepad, and I'm going to go in there and get alone with Him. I'm going to throw the watch away. I'm not interested in if it's 10 minutes or 10 hours. The only thing I want to know is He there. And I know He's there. And if I get there and He's there, then anything can happen. He can do anything in me He wants to do in me. See, here's the problem. Here's what we've missed. We have forgotten who's the most important voice in prayer. And it's not yours. And it's not mine. It's His. Get into that in a little bit. Let me move on. To trust Jesus will require that you know Him. How do you develop a relationship built on trust? You spend quality time with Him. This session is more than anything else. You will learn in all that's been done here this week. There is a potential that is made available that can drastically change the course of this entire work, but it first has to change the course of you individually. I want to tell you, a chain is no stronger than its weakest link. And if you're truly a part of this local body, then this church is no more spiritual than you are. And you're not spiritual if you don't pray. I don't care how you look. I don't care what you act like. I don't care how many devils you cast out or how many miracles you perform. If you do not pray, you are not spiritual because you don't know Him. Lift your hands and love the Lord together, can you? In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. I'm going to give a very serious warning to you right now. If you are planning on engaging spiritual strongholds of your city or even other nations, and you think you're going to enter into spiritual warfare, but you're going to be spiritually weak and immature, you're walking in dangerous territory. Listen to me. How you pray and the consistency of your prayer life will affect every aspect of your life. Every aspect. Now, I shared with you in the past, and I'm not even sure what past. I think I've shared with you, I think it was last trip in January, I started talking about prayer. And that's when you asked us if we would come back and teach some practical aspects about prayer. So there may be a few things I'm going to say that you've heard me say before, but it doesn't matter. You need to hear it again. I need to hear it again. What I'm about to share with you, I did not read out of a book. I didn't get it from anybody. It was a process of my own personal quest in seeking after God and trying to develop a prayer life. You know, you just need to be honest sometimes. And you need to understand what you're not. I realize I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. And I feel like at times I am very handicapped. Not saying that, I'm not trying to put on false humility. I'm just being straight honest with you. I just feel at times extremely handicapped. I feel very limited. The reason I many times am somewhat married to the notes is because I don't have a real sharp mind. And so when I write things down. Just the way when the Lord talks to me, I write and I write and I write. And I've got hundreds of notebooks. It's got my writing in it. It's just right. That's just the way God does. And He talks to me. And so because of that, I understand I need prayer. I really do know I need Him. I really know that. And when I didn't know what to do, and all I had was a calling. That's all I knew, Bishop. I had a calling. I knew God had called me to this city, to this work, and I tried to be obedient to that calling. We didn't know what to do, so we prayed. Didn't know any fancy programs. We just prayed. We just prayed. We just prayed. And it was through this process of spiritual maturity and growing, the Lord began to help me understand the different levels or phases of prayer. And I began to be able to identify them. And then God's helped me even to articulate it and help other people understand it. And so I want to talk about the basics tonight. Number one, basic prayer 101, as dumbing it down as low as you can get it. How do you define prayer? First level of prayer, communication. If you ask most people, what is prayer? Communication with God. Communication, ask anybody in the know and they'll tell you that good communication doesn't exist unless there's an interchange. And so what I realized in that is this. We're not even praying at a kindergarten level, most of us. Because most people's concept of prayer is you talk, He listens. You got quiet on me again. I remember, I would make long prayer lists. Long prayer lists. You know why? So I could pray my hour. Because I felt guilty if I didn't pray at least an hour. I don't know the song.